Okay, guys, this is just going to be a friendly discussion on how I solved the cicada puzzles. Unfortunately, a lot of the proof is lost for the moment. I am doing this to let you know how I did it, but also to ask how you would proceed. General Putin thinks I have social anxiety disorder, and he is right. I do. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and now I have it under control. You will soon understand why. I got really sick last night with anxiety, and I'm going to tell the general my only weakness now, so if he wishes, he can exploit it. It's a fun life I am having, and I wouldn't not have it any other way. General, one reason I don't move forward is because of alien life, and we all understand that it exists, and I know it all too well. I am brave enough to speak out about my weaknesses. Are you? You have to be strong, and you can't show any signs of weakness or softness. You are an umpire, and you cannot show anything else but firmness, or you will lose that control. General, I understand your weaknesses and what kind of person you pretend to be. You will find out that no president has enough nerve to introduce the truth than I. And I am doing this so I can overcome my weaknesses and to try to help others overcome theirs. That is truly my only interest in life, General. You understand this, and it's not so unbelievable where I am today because I am not really shy, and people can see that. I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. General, I lived on my own for a long time, moving every couple of years, getting into trouble because of my curiosity. I had fun being an investigator on my own and seeing so many strange things. At any rate, General, one day I went to my family and no one was home. All of a sudden, I started not feeling well, which at that time was no big deal. However, it just got worse and worse. I collapsed on my mother's bed, too weak to get up. I was having delusions of time, not understanding where I was. I was badly dehydrated. I tried my best to see it through, but I was scared, General, really scared. I was not in a panic, just scared. My family lived across the street from Evanston Hospital. I waited as long as I could, and I tried to go to the hospital. I did not make it. I collapsed just outside the door. I got sick right there. They took me in and tried to give me liquids. I was throwing that up. I could not keep anything down. I had 104 fever and climbing. I remember waking up at 4 in the morning. I could not handle it any longer. I remember saying, I cannot last any longer, or I will die. I went back to bed and I tried to meditate to cure myself. I just simply said, I cannot die now. I have to live. I got to sleep and I woke up around noon. I felt great. No fever, no sickness, no nothing. I wanted to leave, but the doctors would not let me. They were concerned about a relapse, and I couldn't understand why. They couldn't understand why I recovered so quickly. They said that was impossible. No one understood it. So I said yes. After that incident, General, whenever I got the slightest bit of discomfort, I had to go home to my family because it was near the hospital where I could get help. To this day, I get extreme anxiety whenever I get upset stomachs or digestive pain. I can handle anything else but that. That is the main reason I don't have relationships, General. It makes me sick. I also like my privacy, General. I don't think I can handle someone always next to me. At times I feel lonely, very lonely. But then I think about what the other side is like, and that scares me to death. Then, General, it happened. I had my first true love, someone more attractive than Melania, at least to me. I had enough courage to go to Vegas, and there I saw my first UFO. It destroyed me, and I had to understand. I went after it, and I never gave up. I finally found my answers, and in 2012 of December, I found my creator. A month later, the cicada puzzles came out. My life was turned upside down and inside out. I stepped through a time portal, General, and came out in a mixed up world. Everything mixed up and different. My reality was no longer, and nothing made any sense whatsoever. I found out that I was telepathic, and that was most difficult to understand. General, I know who and what you are. You cannot fool me. I've understood about alien life way before you did, General. Imagine taking a picture of a hole in a foothill and having it blink back at you, not just once, General, but 3 times. I told my friends, General, it's not fair you have the advantage over me, that you need to come to my turf and see what happens. I told them to meet me at midnight at the Linden L. General, they called me exactly at midnight on my computer. That was when my troubles really began. I started meditating in complete darkness. I was seeing shadows and lights flying all around my room. It was beautiful and scary. I was suddenly having sex with things I could not see or touch. The sex would last for hours, General, both men and women. It lasted for months. I could not handle it. I thought I was going crazy. General, so I got smart. If I'm crazy, perhaps if I videotape it, then I would find the truth. Well, General, that just made it worse. I got my answers all right, but it was crazy. I learned their powers, General. They could control time to the second. They could go forwards and backwards in time. They showed this to me over and over again. When I progressed, they told me and shared me their technology. I found out it was Catherine from the Arcturians testing me and making me stronger. General, I saw creatures flying around my room at impossible speeds. They were testing me through lucid dreams so real I would wake up screaming in pain and terror and would have to go to the ER to get better. Even though terrifying and confusing, I enjoyed it. I felt loved and respected like no humans could ever do. They made me forget about my 10-year relationship with Amy. They made me stronger so I would not get sick any longer. General, all alien life is telepathic, meaning they can read my every thoughts. That's a scary thing, General, because they could control my actions. They could instantly kill me or destroy the, the world. It's not an easy concept to understand. They dug so deep, General, I found my true calling. I wish to be a leader to help people, not to destroy them. Joko understood this, and so will you. I know you mean well, otherwise I would not be talking to you like this. So I ran for president 2 terms ago, and I was having fun with it, not really taking it seriously. Then I found my computer person. I instantly liked him, and we are now good friends. General, he understands computers on a level you cannot conceive. At any rate, General, I was lying in bed one day, listening to all the commercials with Pritzker and Ronner. They were acting like little children, never speaking about them and what they wished to accomplish, but always complaining about each other, just like Donald and Joe did. We agree about Joe, and I'm still sorry I destroyed Donald. Donald is someone you can understand. Joe cannot comprehend anything at all. Well, I said I could do a better job than this. So every time Frisker made a commercial, I just made one of my own, and Can TV loved me. I was having fun doing it, General, and I was getting some attention with 20,000 people to my website in just 3 short weeks. I now understand that I had a lot more attention than I thought possible. My general was watching, and you just told me you were watching me from the beginning. I knew someone was watching me, and we had fun deceiving each other. But the ones who were really watching me was Cicada. At that time, I had no idea who or what Cicada was. Then one day, my computer person was looking at my messages, and he recognized the Cicada codes. They were talking back and forth with each other, and I did not like it. He verified that it was Cicada and was terrified of it and said, "Don't mess with them." I, of course, did not listen. I started watching their conversations. I realized who the leader was, a man named Aaron. Eventually, I was learning a lot and I decided to join in on the conversations and went to the Cicada website, learning everything I could about them. I realized that the puzzles were nothing but a deception of the truth very quickly. So I decided when I joined in on the conversation, my site, they were responding. So I decided to set traps out in the real world. They went for it, and I finally saw my enemies in action. Then they set traps for me, and it was a chess game back and forth. I used Sonics to help me. I never stopped to realize who and what I was dealing with. I did. I, I didn't stop to think what would happen if I actually caught them. Then they tried to scare me over and over, and I stood firm. I was not going to back down. I had Catherine on my side, and I knew it. Then one day, Aaron got in my car. I knew who he was, and we talked for an hour. I realized that my car was wired, and people were watching and listening to my conversation. When that occurred, I had them, and I knew how to trap them even further. The way I solved the puzzles was putting words and phrases into the website, and to my amazement, whenever I did, it opened up more back pages. Taking pictures on my own, investigating actually opened up more clues and more pages. I put the pictures into Forsonics and I knew what to do. I ended up looking at hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures. I did not sleep for 6 months. I just had to keep searching. I told my sister I am going to solve this if it takes forever. Then, then one day, I got an email with a Twitter account from the Lord of Darkness. This excited me and terrified me at the same time. I knew I was getting close. It was like a book of crazy comments. I started reading and looking at every word, every page. It was actually terrifying with what I was seeing. The Lord of Darkness even threatened me. I did not back down. I kept looking and probing, and then it happened. I found some musical notes, and under the notes read Cicada 3301, Cicada 3301, Cicada 3301. My computer person recognized it as a phone number. Somehow he put it in my cell phone and called the number. Instantly, it called me back with a message on it, stating you now have the power of the universe. You will have all the power and money and respect in the universe. Shortly after that, Catherine told me that I am her king and I will live forever as God of the universe. This scared the hell out of me. I decided to test the theory by creating a website called Cicada 3301 coming forward. Nothing happened. I started believing in it. Then one day we were working and we got a feedback from the General Ralston. He stated the situation to us and said that Donald wanted a new Beirut. Do we do it? I told them no, of course not. That afternoon, NBC did a story about how Cicada saved the world. Joe at that time said he was terrified of me. Then General Patton and I became best friends and family, and my father. He tested me many times, both with my driving skills and the ability to solve puzzles and my observations. One of my favorites was when he sent two brand new black Porsches after me and tried to pull me over. I just blew them away and laughed at them. I actually slowed down and teased them. My first assignment was with Cicada was to take down Donald Trump. I took everything away from him, and it was the easiest, craziest thing I ever did. And now I am sorry I did that. The funniest thing was when I imitated his voice endorsing me. I told Catherine that I needed some kind of human contact, and that was when she gave me Melania. And the rest is history. I want to show you now how we communicated, the advantages and disadvantages of it, and the people that I have now helped. I enjoy it, but at the same time, it is driving me crazy because I can't talk to anyone directly. In general, I understood from the beginning is that Larry, the guy you hated so much at bowling, was actually working for the general. and trying to get information out of me. I was trying to get some information from Larry. I can't wait till we go golfing soon. So what would so what would you do with all of this, knowing that if you stop or try to come forward demanding, they could just stop you or leave, and you would never get the information you will need? Thank you.